AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal.
Hi and welcome on to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. I'm over here in Italy today, in Milan to be precise, for the big game. It's Arsenal visiting Inter Milan. Can Arsenal go unbeaten in the Champions League? It'd be absolutely awesome if we could do. Show brought to you today by Rocket Mobile. Whilst we're over here in Milan, interviewing fans, doing all of our content, we're using Rocket Mobile. Remember, if you want to sign up for it, you can get 20 gigabytes of roaming data in the EU. So when you come into places like this, it's really handy. Unlimited calls, texts and data for £16 a month. It's a very, very good deal. No contract, right? So that's the great thing about it. And you can keep your number, more importantly. And it's very easy to transition. If you want to get more details, click the link in the description and you can get that information right now. As I said, over here in Milan, was doing some interviews yesterday outside the San Siro Stadium, the famous San Siro, and really, really looking forward to the game. Arsenal, of course, unbeaten in the Champions League so far. Can we keep that unbeaten run going? That is the question. On the transfer front, of course, we're in the January transfer window, and what are Arsenal going to be doing? We know they won't be getting Mark Gahey because Manchester City unveiled him yesterday. We knew that he was signing for them. He has signed for them now. £310,000 a week, reportedly, Mark Gahey is going to be picking up at Manchester City. I saw a quote where he said, as soon as I got the call, I could only go to Man City. Well, for 310,000 reasons, we get it and we understand it. But who else will Arsenal be bringing in? And who could be leaving? Breaking news just this morning from David Ornstein, the journalist from The Athletic. He says, and he's come with an exclusive, that Marseille are working on a deal to sign Ethan Nwaneri on loan from Arsenal for the rest of the season. Now, we were thinking over the last week after Ethan Nwaneri played in the FA Cup that he may stay. At first, all the talk was that he would go on loan this transfer window. Then it was, no, he's going to stay and fight it out until, for the rest of the season. Now it's starting to look like he could be going on loan to Marseille. David Ornstein saying that no deal has been agreed yet, but Arsenal will be looking for a fee, so a loan fee, but no buy option. They are not interested in selling Ethan Nwaneri. Looks like they're looking to do what they've done with William Saliba, let him go to a high-profile club like a Marseille, hopefully do really, really well, and then he comes back a better player. And they're said to be favouring a deal for him to go to Marseille, because their manager is Roberto De Zerbi, of course, who used to be the manager of Brighton, plays very attacking football, and they like his style and think that if he goes and plays for a club like that, that's going to improve his game. There's interest from other clubs, as we know, in the Premier League. West Ham interested, Bournemouth interested, other teams. There's also interest from other teams in Europe, and it's now going to be down to what Ethan Nwaneri and Arsenal decide to do. But Ethan Nwaneri being heavily linked this morning with a move to Marseille over there in France. Gabriel Jesus was speaking at a press conference yesterday for the game that's taking place today in the Champions League. And he spoke about how he would like to stay at Arsenal. We know that he's just come back off of another long-term injury, 2 long-term injuries he suffered since he's been at Arsenal. His contract expires in the summer of 2027. So a decision's going to have to be made on him by Arsenal come the end of this season. Now, Palmeiras over there in Brazil would like to sign Gabriel Jesus. And they're very interested in signing him even now in January. However, Arsenal, it appears, do not want to sell him right now. If he does move, it will be in the summer. I think a decision on Gabriel Jesus will be made in the summer. Whether they decide to extend his contract, he's still only 28, or they decide to cash in, I think that deal will be, that will be decided in the summer. But Gabriel Jesus saying yesterday that he would like to stay at Arsenal despite this interest from clubs like Palmeiras. Now, what about this next player? He's a centre-back who plays for Real Madrid. We know that Arsenal have missed out on the signing of Marc Guéhi. Victor Valdepenas of Real Madrid. 19-year-old centre-back, and he has been, sparking a lot of interest from a lot of top clubs around Europe, including Arsenal, who have apparently scouted him extensively. He's a versatile defender, got his first start under Xabi Alonso when he was the manager of Real Madrid earlier on this season. But it's, essentially he's still a very young player, 19, he's been playing more with the youth team. But he's a defender, centre-back who can also play as a left-back. As I always say, we know Mikel Arteta loves those versatile defenders. And considered to be a real top prospect. Many clubs around Europe eyeing this youngster, including Arsenal. Arsenal said to be interested in trying to sign him. One to watch this January transfer window. He is contracted until 2029 at Real Madrid, but definitely one to watch. Now, anytime we play a team like an Inter Milan and it's dropping on a Tuesday, there's bound to be a rumour about a player from a big club like Inter Milan, and they haven't let us down today. There is a rumour about a player from Inter Milan, Federico Di Marco, who is a very good player, by the way. A top left-back, Italian international, as we know. He is being linked by Tuttosport, which is a publication over here in Italy. He's been linked with a move to Arsenal. They are saying that Arsenal are showing a genuine interest in trying to sign the excellent left back. We know that this has become a little bit of a problem area for Arsenal over the past month or so. Listen, we've got two excellent players in that position. Of course, Calafiori, another Italian, and Mars Lewis Skelly. Mars Lewis Skelly's had a little bit of fall off of form. Calafiori can't stay fit. Could Arsenal move for a player like Di Marco? I think the chances of getting a Federico Di Marco in the January transfer window when he's such an important player for Inter Milan is, I just couldn't see that happening. However, I think the problem with him is that his contract is up in 2027. And again, anytime your contract is starting to run down into that sort of period, last 18 months, there starts to be doubt. Are you staying? Are you going? As I've said many a times, you start to see agents putting stories out there. Could this be another agent one, or is there genuine interest? But Tuttosport claiming that Arsenal got genuine interest in Federico Di Marco. Wouldn't be cheap, it would be around about the £50 million mark. But again, I don't think will happen in January, but let's see, possibly a summer signing, who knows. 28 though, would also be going for a player of that age profile for that position. And finally, Danit Ramage is a player that Arsenal have been scouting, according to the German outlet Sport DE. They say that Arsenal have gone to watch him several times. He's actually on loan from Borussia Dortmund to a club called Heidenheim over there in Germany. A goalkeeper who's considered a real top prospect. Whilst I'm looking at him thinking, do we need another goalkeeper? But listen, when you're a club like Arsenal, you've got to keep looking and you've got to keep scouting and looking out for those players that could possibly come in and be your future stars. And maybe they're looking at this player as one of those. Danit Ramage, goalkeeper, one for us to, maybe not this window, but for us to eye. But Arsenal keeping a close look on him. So those are the rumours for today. Don't forget to check out all of our excellent content from over in Italy. Ahead of the Inter Milan game, we've done a preview. We've done a combined 11 with a difference, where we've spoken about the 11 we think Mikel Arteta will play, but also the 11 that Lee Judges think we would like to see play. Well, who would you like to see play? Get along, and we're going to put a link in the description so you can go and watch those as well. Listen, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.